So far we've got our top view and we've got our front view. Now we need to do our right side view. Our right hand side view will double up as our section view, and our section view corresponds to the axis AA, represented by this broken line and this heavy line here on the outside of the object. When you label this view, you also will have a label reading section AA. Okay, I've already kind of done the wheel and the axle for you. Essentially, this is why we are doing this drawing, to actually show the hidden detail of how the axle and the wheels are assembled. So if we're going close, whoops, we can see that these details correspond to this layer here, AA axle and wheel. And if I just get rid of that, see what happens. Let's just commence. I'm going to lock every layer except the layer that we're going to be working on, which is section AA. And let's just zoom out, and we'll work in this area here. So first things first, under the line segment tool, you can hold down, left click, and choose the rectangle grid tool, and you need to just take it out to where you want to locate it. Click, and you get this dialog box. We want a box of lines essentially that we are going to change their angle later. So if you go 110 by 110 mil, it will do the job. For dividers, you can put 30. Basically what you want is some kind of differential between the lines already on the axle and the wheel and the lines on the body. Things must look different. So I think 30 will do it, and we do not want any vertical lines. All we want is some horizontals. Okay, and there we have it. Go now to your selection tool, hover on the corner, hold the shift key, and just rotate to 45 degrees. And now we have our hatch lines at the correct angle. We now want to create a little box which will be the same size as 75 high and 75 wide. So let's go to the rectangle tool, come across, just click, a dialog box will come up, give its dimension 75 by 75. Okay, and there's the outline of our body of our toy. Let's drag it over to the lines and make sure it's within. That's kind of okay. Highlight both, right click, make clipping mask, and basically everything within that shape gets selected, and we now have our hatched body. We can take that, slide it into position. Now to help us slide things into position, we need our guides. So let's bring them back into play. There we have it. Let's get up close. Oops. And just using the arrow keys. That looks good. And lo and behold, we have completed our drawing almost. Let's select that, and it's basically just lines. We want some we do want a border around that. So once you select the shape that you hatched, just go to the stroke and fill and go to the default setting there, and you'll get now the appropriate outlining of the shape. Now it looks like we did more than just drag in something. If I just lock what we've just done, go to layer above and show you, in fact that's what's there and that's what's above it, And if I was to just delete that thing, you'll see that I've created just little shapes that act like stencils or blockouts, so you don't see the hatching coming all the way through. Okay, so that's the purpose of having different layers as well. And there we have it. We have a complete orthogonal drawing. Now all we're required to do is just title this appropriately. Get in close. Name. Double click. Of course, it won't work unless you actually unlock that layer, which reads title box info. There we go. Put your name in there. And so much for our title box. Control 0. Now we're missing just the labels, and then we'll be done. Ooh, I might just cut and paste from it actually. Control C, Control V. There's the top view. Control V. Now I want that to be aligned, so that it's lining up with that, which is lining up with that, and this of course is my front view. Now I want section AA to be aligned with this here, so I might need to put my guides back and draw a guide under that so I can place it appropriately. Control V. Oops. Center it, please. That's it. I don't want any of that. I just want the convenience of a text box. And this will be section A to A. And let's go back out and let's get rid of the guides. And we're missing one thing still. We're missing our third angle projection symbol. So let's go back to lines and symbols. There we go. Control C. Okay, and Control V. Now there's no reason for it to be that large. Okay, Control Shift and make it a little smaller. Right, good. There we have it. We have a dimensioned orthogonal drawing ready to receive a 3D view in the corner.